number 2, review. So these are the kind of summary of what you're going to expect for the test. So mainly modules 3 and 4. And top of that, we have few items out of textbook because I think there are a couple of assignments like a project 1 that's not from the textbook, and the other one, a little assignment related to text-related functions, like a left, right, mid function, upper, can, cat function. Those are, again, they appeared in the assignment. But these assignments just, again, only work with text, the words, not the numbers. So that you want to extract only words from left side, then you enter like a left, whatever, 3, 4, 5 characters. Same thing from the right side. Mid, you can also extract from the midpoint. Then you have one more variable within the mid function. So first point is the starting point, comma, next variable will be the end point. So that's the mid function. And upper function will make all those characters uppercase. Then can, cat function will combine 2 columns into one by manipulating whatever characters in the cell. Again, that's in the assignment. Okay, and the other one from the project 1, that's again, that's not from the textbook. One of them is sum product. It's basically weighted average. Okay, I'm going to show you how. Then we have a rank function. I think a rank function in the textbook, but that's another one you're going to expect. Okay, so then we have the main functions that we need to know is just from module 3. Like if we look up F mode single round function, I don't think this function will come up mode, but round, workday function, network days function, those 2 functions are related to dates. Okay, I'm going to go over that too. Then rank is, I think it's kind of repeated from above. And module 4, all about charts, right? So not all charts will be there because it's, limited time and space. So only column, line, pie, bar, and the combo chart, histogram. Those are some important charts. Other chart, I don't think we're going to go over because it's too many of them. Okay. So that's basically what's going to cover. Then here is some extra examples because textbook has only few items in terms of going over like a VLOOKUP function. So I had a few examples how to use a VLOOKUP function. Okay, same thing here, if function. So more examples so that you can practice a little bit for those, especially those 2 functions. Okay, so if you want to just right click and open it, then it'll give you, how to use them and with some examples. Okay, so that's how you're going to practice a little bit. Then sample questions listed here. So that's what I'm going to go over in just a few minutes. And let me just zoom in a little bit. There you go. And the data, we're going to need data file. Data file is right below right here, so you can download it. Okay. So I'm going to go over this step by step. I may just jump a little bit, in terms of order, but I'm going to cover all. So here is the actual data file. There you go. Okay, so we have multiple worksheets here. Sheet number 1, student information, student ID, the year or status, last name, first name, then 5 items in terms of grades. Then we're going to calculate total, average. We're going to determine grade based on average. And how? We're going to use this lookup table worksheets. I'm going to make it bigger there. So whatever below or 50, that's F. Between 50 and 60, then you got D and so forth all the way to A. So that's what we're going to use to determine the grade by using VLOOKUP, okay? Then rank, we're going to rank each students using either total or average. So we're going to order like 1 through whatever last number, okay? So that's the idea of this worksheets, number 1, okay? So let's do it. So basically, you want to use the sum function for those 5 items. Okay, a difference in this worksheets, and not just find sum, but we're going to use round or round up function. When you have a multiple decimal points, in this example, we have only 1 decimal, but let's see whether we want to make it integer number without any decimal. Then the direction says use round function. So we're going to put this round function in front of sum function. So you're going to have to start from right here, right after equal, round, opening parenthesis. Then you go to very end, just keeping sum function as it is, then comma. So this comma dictates the round function. Then you're going to enter how many decimal point. So we want to do integer, so there will be 0, right? So if you want to make it 2 decimal, number 2, 1 decimal, number 1, and so forth, okay? So there. Then I'm going to just autofill all the way down. There you go, and here's the formula view. Okay. Let me just confirm I'm recording correct. Okay, good. Okay, so that's the sum function with the round. And average, same thing. We want to do once again, we want to find the average at the same time, insert round function, okay? Average of those 5 items. Then we want to insert round in front. Actually, you can do the round up, okay? So it will be exactly same syntax. So 0. Okay. There. Okay. Next, grade. So like I said, grade will be determined by using average, okay, based on lookup table that I just showed you a few minutes ago. So we're going to use the VLOOKUP using average, comma, then we need to highlight lookup table, which is right here given, this area, highlight, comma, then you need to show column index number, what they call. So we have 2 columns, right? First column, second column. Always starting from the most left position, okay? So first one from the left, that's 1. The second, that's number 2. So I'm going to type number 2 so that the actual grade will be returned. Then at the end, we're going to make it whether true or false based on syntax. So this is true case, because unlike other VLOOKUP functions where we need to enter false, but this time we need to enter true because there are many cases is fall to F, right? To get F, there are many numbers you can be, right? It can be 49, 48, whatever. But to be able to get A, it could be 8, 90, 91, 92, all the way to 100. So that's why it is true, okay? Why it's true? Because that's how they started. It could be false if they, program this Excel. But anyway, so when there's a multiple cases to be determined, that's the true. If it's only a single instance, you can have is false, okay? So the last variable will be true, then we're going to press enter. There you go. We have B, which is coming from 82. Then be careful. Starting, I think we had a little bit of only one or two cases you need to enter absolute cell reference in case test number 1, but test starting number 2, be always careful about inserting or understanding absolute cell reference. So this is a good example. If you just autofill with this, see what happens. We got all those errors. Okay. The reason is something to do with the absolute cell reference. Okay. Because this one, this lookup table, as you can see, as you copy, it's changing to a completely different area, right? Which is not, that's not going to work, right? It must stay with A2B6. Same thing here, A2B6, but somehow it changed. So we need to make it fixed by entering $sign. I'm sure you understand at this point, but I want to just, double check whether you have understanding. So that's what you have to do. Make sure you have inserted absolute cell reference for A2B6 so that it stays exactly same as you copy to other cells. Okay, then we should not have any issue with the results. Right? So that's that. Then we're going to determine rank for each student. Let's use total. Okay, so using this total number, we're going to rank it. The highest total will give you number 1 position. The lowest score will get the last position. So that's what we're going to do using rank equals rank using total, which is J5, comma against all other numbers in J. So you can highlight all the way down, or you can just click J at the top because, we're going to use all those items in J. Okay, so you don't have to do like a J5 to maybe J100. Okay, this is much quicker, right? To J to J. There you go. Then I'm going to autofill on the way down. So now we know the rank for each student based on total score. Where's number 1, by the way? Yeah, number 1 is right there, 97. Okay. So again, this is the formula view, rank function. And the one thing about rank function, you can do a little bit different tweak here. You can have a what they call ascending order, meaning the lowest score will get rank number 1. Okay, how are you going to do it? You're going to have one more item after that, comma, then you enter number 1. So this will do ascending order, meaning that again, the lowest score will get the rank number 1, unlike the other one. So this one is what we call descending order, which is a default. So you don't need it 0 or 1 or anything like that. Okay. So that's something you need to watch out. If the question asks you rank ascending order rather than descending order. All right. So if you have any questions, you can stop me. So that's out of sheets number 1. I think we have a little bit few more items here. Let's see if we look up here at I'm going to skip those formatting stuff. I'm going to just focus on rather functions for calculations. Here, step F. Now, sum product, right? Sum product function. Okay, something to do with average. So let's enter column N, sum product. We'll make it this column as sum product. So idea is, again, we have 5 items, okay? So that will determine the grade. And let's say we have weight this time, okay? Like a 20%. Project, 20%. Quiz, 10%. Oops, where'd it go? I'm sorry. And 25%, 25%. Okay. Let's say you have different weights given to each item. So that's something we're going to calculate. So basically what we're going to do is if you do it manually, then homework times 20% plus project times 20%, right? Plus quiz times 10%. So you see what I'm doing. So that's how you're going to calculate weighted average, if you're doing manually. Okay. So that's something we want to stay away. We want to do quicker by using sum product function. Okay. So let's do that using sum product. All you do is just highlight those items for this calculation, comma, then you highlight those weights across. That's it. And it'll give you 82.03. Okay, as you can see, the formula view right here. So it's very simple. Sum product will be calculating based on weighted average. But again, watch out for the absolute set reference because these weights in E3 to FI3 must be fixed. So before you copy, I'm going to do make absolute set reference, just like that. Then I'm going to autofill all the way down. There you go. All right, so that's the idea of using sum product. Anything else here? Oh, one more thing in this worksheet is creating pie chart. Okay, so I'm sure you're going to get this question from the tests. And it's going to ask you create a pie chart using a particular column. The reason I'm asking for pie chart is a little different from other charts. Okay, other charts maybe you need to highlight, just like that. Then you go to insert and just select whatever the different chart. But pie chart is pretty unique because, for example, the question asks you use this column B to create a pie chart. Here we go. I'm going to highlight column B. So what's going to happen is it's going to give you pie, consists of 4 different status, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. So it'll give you all those different fraction of pie. So that's why it's a little different from other chart. And then when you try to create pie chart, it's not going to work right away. So as you can see, I'm going to go pie and create a pie chart, but simply just, the values are repeated, doesn't show the pie because you have to give a more specific numbers, okay? Because these are they're not numbers, as you can see, right? These are just repeated values. It's not characters. So you need to do a little different way. So one way you can do here is highlight again column B. You can go to insert, recommended chart. So let's just use recommended charts. See how Excel will do in terms of creating this chart, column chart. Then we can change it to pie later on. So I'm going to click OK. As you can see, move up here. It's a little different, right? It's not our intention to create a new worksheet. As you can see, these are all columns from sheets number 1. Then they created this table and they count each freshman all the way to senior. So that's what you need to create a pie chart. So Excel kind of now intelligent enough, smart enough, create this table by itself and add a pie chart. A column chart. So all you do is at this point, just change it to pie chart. So go to design, change chart type, then go to pie, apply pie. Okay, so that's the one way to do it. Okay. And the other way to do it is simply you count them manually. Okay. So for example, you have freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, then you count them. And here I don't think we have that many, like 30 something. So you can manually count them, right? So I can go back and forth. It may take a couple of minutes. Then let's say I have freshman 3, sophomore 5, junior 10, senior maybe 14, just made up, okay? But you actually need to count. Okay? Then you're gonna highlight this, then go to insert. You can go to either recommended chart or pie chart. There's a pie, there you go. Then, done, right? So as creating pie charts is a little different from other chart. You need to have actual numbers, specific numbers, okay? So again, I'm sure you're gonna see this question on the tests. Well, since we are in the pie chart, so let's say the question asks you to insert the label in terms of percentage to each pie. So I'm gonna go to chart element, go to chart data label, more option, percentage, and outside add. Okay, so that's how you're going to show percentage in terms of data label outside. Okay, so that's the sheets number 1. Sheets number 2 is about using if function, then a combo chart. Those are the main thing. Okay, so I'm going to go to sheets 2. There you go. This already have some formulas are given, so don't worry about this formula because there's some functions like a PMT function or some calculation. They just serve as generating some numbers, so you don't have to worry about this formulas. So all you do is just based on direction, you're going to enter like some random number, 300,000. Then we're going to increase this number by 2,000. So 2,000 or 3,000. Really doesn't matter. So I'm going to just do that. So we fill out this loan amount. Then monthly payment is calculated. Then it's going to give total cost based on this mortgage rather. But one thing I need to fix is interest rate. Okay, interest rate must be a percentage, but as you can see, it's the general. So I need to make it as 4.5%. Okay, so now the monthly payment amount is 2,294, which is much smaller than loan amount, as you can see. So using this, we're gonna create a chart, and also we're gonna work on if function in this example. Okay, so based on the direction, insert if function by testing this monthly payment amount. If monthly payment is greater than 2% of the total costs, okay, so again, if this monthly payment is greater than 2% of total cost, then what are you going to do? Then it says you need to show 2% of total costs itself. 2% of total cost is right there. Otherwise, show within range. So what he's saying is this question, the intention is trying to test this monthly payment, whether it's affordable or not. Okay, so the in terms of the amount they draw is 2% of the total cost. If the amount is greater than 2% of total cost, cannot afford. So it'll just show as amount. And if it's equals to or less than 2%, then which is affordable, then it's going to say within range. So that's the idea of this if. So the syntax is again the condition, okay, in terms of, whatever is asked, comma, then the value or term when this condition is satisfied, comma, and next item is value that this condition is not satisfied. Okay, there you go. And looks like it's not satisfying, meaning this monthly payment is less than 2% of total cost. Looks like all of them. I think it's 2% is too high. It could be like 1% or even less than 1%. Then we might see different answers. Okay. So I'm just trying to satisfy whatever the question asks in that direction by entering this if function. Right here in this step B. So you're going to expect kind of this type of question on the test for if function. Then I ask you to use the median, then combo chart. Okay, let's do combo chart. So next step is ask you to create a combo chart using those three items: loan amount, monthly payment, and total costs. I'm going to go to insert, recommended chart, or chart, because combo chart is right there at the bottom. Combination chart, which is the same thing as combo chart. Then you're going to determine which chart type you're going to use, because combination chart can accommodate multiple types in one. So let's see, monthly payment is smallest, so I'm going to make it monthly payment different type, and loan and total cost will have the same type. So I'm going to make it line chart for the monthly payment, and loan amount and total cost will have a column chart. Okay. Then I'm going to make it this monthly payment as a separate secondary axis. As you can see in the right hand side, that's what you're going to have to read for this monthly payment. Okay. And left hand side amount will read for loan amount and total costs. So that's something you need to watch out. Secondary axis will give you more dimension to this table, just like that. Okay. Right hand side, which is what we call secondary vertical axis. Okay. Then I'm going to click OK. There you go. That's our combo chart. Again, this the line, the red line, will read from the right hand side, and those column chart will read from the left side. Okay. And the other step you need to understand is it may ask you to create this chart into new worksheets. Rather than just floating around, you're going to make it as your own worksheets. Then you're going to click Move, then click New Worksheets, then name it like a combo chart, this example. So as you can see, this chart will just take up entire worksheets. And also step asks you create some more in terms of chart element. For example, data label to only one of them. Let's say step asks you to insert data label to this line, which is monthly payment. So I'm going to click line. Then I'm going to go to chart element. I'm going to go to data label. Then I'm going to go more options so that I can choose, on one of those options, which is label option, value, right? So you can show in the right, above, below, as you wish. Okay. So that's how you're going to show the data label. And also you should be able to work with this vertical axis. If the question asks you change the major unit, meaning those numbers between this. So double click it, then you will see the axis option. Here's the major, so that you can change this number between these two. Right now it's 50, so you can set as 100 if the question asks you to do. Then it changes, right? And minimum too. So right now minimum is 2100. If the question asks you change minimum as 2000, can do so. And also same thing, maximum goes to the top. Okay, so right here in under axis option. Okay, and also display unit. So let's say here, let's say there's a millions of, the number is millions or billions, then too many zeros, then you want to reduce it, but this is only thousands or 100,000. So let's say we want to reduce this zero by using display unit. So I'm going to select this axis. I'm going to go to display unit. Then I'm going to just click right there so that I can select thousands. So as you can see, this unit is showing as 1,000 unit. Okay, so right there under display unit. And then you can also change this column color, which is data series. You can just double click it or right click it, and you can change the color if you wish to different color. Actually, you need to select all of them at the same time. Okay, like just like that. What else we can talk about here? I guess that's about it for the combo chart. Then regional sheets, which is creating line chart. Let's go to regional worksheets. So right there, okay. So the step asks you create a line chart using column B right here and column F. So you should be able to work with this non-adjacent column. Here's the examples. Not necessarily all connected, right? Sometimes you want to highlight those columns are not linked right away. So just highlight column B, press Control and hold. Then you go select column F, just like that. Go to Insert. We're going to do line chart. So go to line or recommended chart, line chart. Let's say we're going to move to line chart as a new worksheet. Line right there. Let's say that step asks you to insert a marker, line marker. Let me show you what this line marker is. So it's just select the line itself, then double click, just click once. Then you're going to see those options on the right hand side. Then you're going to click bucket. Then right here you see the line marker. Under line marker you have marker options. Then you can click automatic. Then you're going to click fill so that you can fill this oval inside. Solid color, white is default. And as you can see, we have a line marker, what we call. So it kind of give you more distinctive changes on the line, right? So that's the line marker. Then also another step is ask you to fit in entire chart area. This is the chart area. Inside there's the plot area. Those two different areas. So the entire area, again, there's the chart area. Only within this inside there's the plot area. Okay. Let's say step asks you to shade or color different areas. So I'm going to right click on the chart areas. I'm going to go to fill. Let's say the step asks you to create insert texture, different texture like this. And then again, we have our plot area. So I'm going to click plot area, right click, fill. Let's say you need to color white background so that you have kind of contrast between chart area and plot area. Okay. So that might be another good step to go over. Then the last one, I think, sheets number 4. We have a bunch of dates. So here we're going to use 2 different dates related functions. One is network days, okay, equals network days, comma. So as you can see, network days will find the actual number of days between 2 dates. Okay, here. As you can see, we have first date is March 1st, second date is March 6th. What's the working day? The number of working day? 5. Okay. But this is pretty simple in this example, but if you're looking at like a month long or even, different the year, then they can make a big difference. It's almost impossible to manually do that. So then you're going to use a network days function. Okay. Finding number of working days between 2 dates. Then I'm going to just autofill. Then it'll find the dates, working dates between these 2, same thing here between these 2 dates, and so forth. Okay. Then the other function we're going to do is workday function equals workday function. Right here, workday function will find the date you're going to come back from break, holidays, or between 2 dates. Okay. So for example, workday, let's say that's your starting date. Then how many days from this one? Let's say 5 days. So what's the actual date you're going to come back from a 5 days difference, right? So here we go. Then we need to make this number as different format because right now it's general, so you need to make it as a dates, short dates. Okay, that would be April 6th, which is the same thing here, right? So I'm going to make it pretty simple to understand. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to just autofill. So what is going to happen is just using A2 and B3, then if I'm just copying this, then here's what's going to happen. Then A3 and B4. So A3. So 4 days from March 6th, that's the April 12th. Same thing. This one, the date is coming from 10 days away from April 11th. Is that right? Yeah. Because again, weekends and holidays. Okay. So that's the examples of using network days and work days. Okay. Let's see. When I cover pretty much, there's one more thing, histogram. Histogram using column B. Column B is just number of days. I'm going to highlight column B, insert histogram. It's right there. Okay, there's our histogram. And one thing about histogram is, again, it's going to give you distribution of all these numbers, which is column B. And you can change the number of those bins, what we call this bar. So double click on the horizontal axis. Axis options. Then you'll see the number of bins. Right now it's 4, so you can always change it to 5 if you wish, or 6, depending on. Or you can change bin width even, make it a little bit wider or shorter. And overflow bin or underflow bin will determine how far you're going to go to the left or right. Okay. Excuse me. So that's how we're going to work with histogram. I think that's about it from this sample questions. Okay, so I think that's pretty much similar what you're going to get from the actual tests. So you guys have any questions? Are you good? You still there?
Yep, all good.
Okay, you're good? All right.
Yeah.
And we have Douglas. Are you good?
Yes, sir.